Hello, welcome to my first real video from the van. So this is my first night in the van. I picked it up this morning. It's now like 7 PM. It's starting to get dark. I'm finally on my own with all my stuff in the van. It's a little bit chaotic, so I'm still putting everything away, working out where to put stuff. And yeah, I just thought, why not film a video first night alone in the van, because this is technically my first ever time alone in a van, even though I've lived in a van for over a year before going to Thailand. We've had vans for years, but I've never been on my own in one. I broke down in a van on my own, but I had a dog with me, so at least I had another conscious being. Now I don't even have a dog with me, so I'm literally on my own, and it feels really strange. It feels very, very strange, but I'm liking it so far. But I have chosen to be in a car park with lots of other vans. I'm not in a campsite. I am wild camping, I suppose, but in a car park. So it's not like I'm in a field, which is in a car park. I'm in a park and ride. I'm about to make some dinner, and it's not going to be the most glamorous dinner. I did get some Scotch eggs, but the fridge is so good in this van. They were frozen and I couldn't even cut through it. I couldn't cut through the egg because it was just frozen solid, and now it's just all watery because I left it out and it's just like soggy. Ugh. But yeah, let's make some actual dinner in the kitchen. I say actual dinner very loosely. I'm going to make a very lazy dinner. I'm gonna make some pesto pasta, so very gourmet. In Thailand, so if you're new to the channel, I've lived in Thailand for the last 7 months working as a teacher. Didn't cook once because in Thailand there's just no point. And yeah, so I normally really like cooking in the UK, but I'm easing back into it with ready-made Scotch eggs and pesto pasta. So let's get the ingredients out. I've got a fridge in this van and it works. It's so weird having a van with stuff that works. Cold cheese, how exciting. Bit of pesto. Got Aldi's finest. No expense spared. 70p penne. And some tuna. Very gourmet. Good thing about this van, the kitchen extends, so you've got quite a lot of space. Under here we've got the sink, under this blue thing. This is like my drying mat. But yeah, at least I've got some space. I love red onion. Got the onion. And now all I have to do is open the tuna can. A problem with pasta is I always make too much, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person who struggles with this, so I'm gonna try and not make too much, but it's gonna happen. And I absolutely love this bowl. I went to TK Maxx and let me turn a light on. Okay. I went to TK Maxx because they're really, really good for anything, to be fair. But yeah, I went to see what bowls they had. It's a Japanese ramen bowl made in Japan. I got 2 different ones, and yeah, I like it a lot. I'm going to use the bowl to measure, try and measure not too much pasta. That's probably too much, but I am really hungry, to be fair, so that should be okay. While I wait for the kettle, Jaffa cakes. If you're in the UK, eat Jaffa cakes. I miss these. Another thing I missed is tea. I mean, they have tea in Thailand, but it's so expensive for just Twining tea bags, so I'm very excited to be having some Earl Grey. I love Earl Grey because it's I don't know, it's just a bit sweeter. You don't need the sugar, it's just got the extra bit of flavour. I don't know, it's just got flavour. Normal tea sometimes just doesn't have any. So yeah, having a nice Earl Grey in. I really wanted this cup when I was in Japan from Starbucks. very cultured. But it's really cute. It's got lots of illustrations on it, but Dom wouldn't let me get it because it's really expensive and it was just a lot to carry. I had a Sendai one, I have a Sendai one, but I also wanted this one and I didn't get it. But when I was teaching in Thailand, one of my students in my class went to Japan on holiday one day and came back and got me this mug. They didn't even know I liked Japan, so that was a really nice coincidence. And yeah, this is now my, oh, I just splashed tea in my hair. It's like my prime mug in the van. This is my tea mug. Tea's a bit cold though. Ugh. I forgot. It's just easy, another can to put in. Nice and easy, nice and nutritious. Because I need some nutrition. After being in the UK, I missed so many foods. I know everyone says that English food is really shit, and it is relatively bland, but I quite like it. I like the jacket potato with the beans and the cheese, beans on toast, Scotch eggs. What else did I miss? Roast dinner, obviously, but we could get that in Thailand, but it's like the chicken's not the same. The roast chicken doesn't taste the same. So I love roast chicken, like a rotisserie chicken. I don't know. Even though you can get roast chicken in Thailand, it just doesn't taste the same. Maybe because the chickens are different. I don't know. So I miss that. I miss roast potatoes. All the fatty things, basically. Good bread. Oh, cheese, obviously. Good bread, good cheese, good butter. All the really healthy things, of course. And yeah, I've been going too crazy with it. I need to calm down because I'm just going to get big as a house. And that's where my good friend Sweet Corn comes in to give me one of my 5 a day. And my onion. That's two a day. Two 5s of the day. No, 2 of the 5 a days. Yeah. At least tuna is a bit of protein. I don't know what the fuck I'm on about. So yeah, as you can see in the back, it's quite chaotic. I mean, the kitchen's chaotic, but then also the whole rest of the van is chaotic because I've just moved in all of my stuff. Literally just moved in from Thailand. Prior to the, like, literally picking up the van, I've been staying at my good friend's Brian's house. Did I say that correctly? I've been staying at my good friend Brian's house for a few days while I waited for the van to be ready. And yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. That's where I've been. Not 100% sure whether it was going to go through or whatever, but now we're here and I can be back and film stuff because I just didn't want to jinx it and be like, oh yeah, we're going to get a van. And then it didn't happen because stuff like that happens all the time. I'm so good at saying stuff's gonna happen before it does, and then it never happens, and then I just look like an idiot because I'm all over the place. As you can probably tell from our channel, which is also all over the place, I get like good at doing the videos, I put loads out, and then I just can't pick the camera back up, and my brain is just all over the place. But I'm back, and you're gonna be with me on my own for a little bit, and yeah, so we're in the not so exciting park and ride. It's raining, it's about to get dark, and what I had planned for this evening, I don't like these curtains. Like, they're not the worst thing in the world, but they're just not my style, and I think it's so important to make any space that you're staying in your own, whether you're renting a flat, a house, or living in a van. You need to make it yours. You have to put your stamp on it. And with me, every time I get a new van, I change the curtains because you see them every day. And I've already put pictures up. I've got some plants. I don't know if you can see that. I've got a little plant hanging back there. I've got the bedding. I changed the pillow covers because they were originally the van came with these. It came with loads of cushions, and these were the covers. So it's giving sort of like Nan sofa vibes. And so I went to Dunelm Mills, the best shop ever if you're gonna do any home stuff, and I changed the oblong pillowcases to these. cute little bees. I got 2 of these, and it came with 4 square pillows, which I haven't yet found covers for, so I'm on a hunt for that. Luckily, the cushions and the seats, the upholstery is really nice on this van, which is really rare because normally they will also go super granny with the chairs, and that's also something that I always change straight away, but I don't have to do that, thank God, this time. Just the curtains. I'm changing these out for this material, which probably looks kind of bland because it's just beige stripes. Oh, there's the pasta. Stirred the pasta, put everything in. I'm just going to let it simmer for a minute because I like leaving a bit of pasta water in so that the pesto thickens up and it's saucy. But yeah, this is going to be the new curtain. I've already changed the ones in the back. And also here, this little bit in between the kitchen and the bedroom, there was a long curtain there, but I hated that, so I've already ripped that down and got some fabric to do that as well. So I'm just going to work on the curtains tonight, enjoy being in the van for the first time, and just eat my pasta and waffle, probably just keep waffling like I am. 1,000,000% I've made way too much, but I'm just going to enjoy it, pig out, have a huge bowl of pasta, and relive my youth and any other British person's youth where you just eat loads of pasta with pesto. But anyway, I am really excited to be in the van. I'm excited to leave the park and ride. I'm trying to plan a route to Vienna, which is my first sort of destination, as it were. Like, I'm gonna try and take a slow route there, but that's where we're headed, to pick up the dog and Dom. So yeah, 100% first stop will be Bruges when I get to the other side. I think I'm going to get the ferry because it's coming up a lot cheaper. So ferry from Dover and get straight out of Calais. We had a really bad experience in Calais with someone trying to get in the van when we were in a little car park. We literally just got to Calais, just gone to Lidl to get food and stuff, and suddenly we're just chilling. I'm making pasta, funny enough, in the back of the van in a little car park, and the back door opens to our long wheelbase Sprinter van, which from the outside didn't look like a camper van, and yeah, the door went. The dog didn't even notice, so he's a pretty awful guard dog. He didn't notice, but I heard it. We had a curtain in front of the door, so I just heard it. And yeah, someone was trying to climb into our garage bit under the veg, and yeah, we confronted him. He climbed out, laughed about it, and yeah, I just feel like being on my own, I don't want a situation like that, because I've got to be more wary of my safety. One sec, the pasta. Yeah, I've got the pasta now. That's not even all of it, and my bowl is full, so definitely overfilled the pasta. Not going to complain. That's going to eat lots of it. But yeah, I was just saying about Calais. It's the only time we've ever had a bad experience in the whole of Europe. Yeah, I mean, the guy wasn't violent or anything. He got out and just laughed. But I don't know if that was because I wasn't on my own. I was with a man. I was with Dom. And he got out and like had a go at him. And I don't know what I would do in that situation. So definitely going to avoid Calais. And any places that might be kind of dangerous. But I know Bruges, so that's gonna be my first stop. I know it very well. Been there loads of times. Love it. And they've got an air for the camper van, so I'm gonna feel safe. It's gonna be kind of strange being a woman on my own for the first time in a van. I definitely have to think about stuff more. Luckily I've got alarms on the van, so it's all alarmed up. I keep setting it off every time I get out the van. And even if you move inside the van, you can set it off. So yeah, it's super good alarm. Got a tracker, got a steering wheel lock, got lots of security stuff. And something that's really handy is we have built-in blinds in this van, so I don't have to get outside. And I feel like that's something you really have to think about as a woman or just anyone that's on their own in a van. or even if you're not on your own, you need to think about safety. If something happens, if you feel like you're in a dodgy situation, you need to be able to just drive off. And we have built-in blinds, so I don't have to get outside to take the blinds off, because some people just have blinds on the outside of their van, and that's something I really didn't want to have to do, so that I can just drive off. If I ever feel like I'm in a weird situation, just leave. I will leave. And yeah, because for example, if it's like the middle of the night and someone is lurking outside the van, I can just go. But for the most part, I'm gonna stay around other vans because I'll just feel safer that way, especially as I ease into being on my own. Right now I feel super safe. There's like 50 other camper vans here and everyone's super friendly, but I still have to be on my guard a little bit. And yeah, so it's going to be interesting to show you what it's like being on my own, how I'm feeling maybe at times, because I am nervous. This is a very big vehicle, and driving it on my own, I'm going to have to be careful when I'm parking, when I'm driving down narrower roads, stuff like that. I've got to be conscious about the size. But yeah, I'm nervous, but I'm not really worried about safety. I'm not going to think like that. I know I can get very anxious sometimes, but mainly about parking. I mainly get anxious about parking. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going. I'm going to try and do an interesting route where I can stop at places I want to go. I really want to go to Bruges, Dinant, Elt Castle I'd like to go to. A lot of places I've been before, but I want to revisit a few years on, and just, I know they were really nice places at the time. It's one of our first ever videos on the channel was when we went to Elt Castle in Germany. It's such an amazing castle. I had a tour of it. It was so nice, but then we got back to the car park and our camper van wouldn't start, and it just wouldn't start. We had to go and stay in hotels for the like week after that because they couldn't work out what was wrong with it. So that kind of ruined going to Elt Castle. We didn't really get to see the area so much, so I'd like to stop there. From there on, I don't really have a plan. Only Western Germany, and then there on I don't really have an idea. It'd be nice to go to Bavaria, but wild camping's a lot harder, and I don't want to have to pay for campsites all the time. As nice as it would be, we rarely stay in campsites because it's just so expensive, especially as we come up to summer. And in my head, because we moved to Thailand just before Christmas, in my head Christmas is still coming because the weather is really dodgy. It's really rainy, cold right now, which I'm not complaining. I am enjoying the cold, really enjoying it. But it just feels like Christmas is coming and winter's coming and not summer. So I'm trying to get my head around that it's going to get warmer. Going to Austria for the first destination, I bloody love Austria and Bavaria and Germany and North Italy. I love that whole region, so I really want to explore that. Once I get to Vienna, I don't really know where I'm going to go, but I want to go everywhere. This van is now the house. This is, yeah, I have no plans to be out of the van. So I'm really excited to just explore, show you where I end up, show you what it's like, and I'm just so glad to be back in a van. It feels so free, and it's like you're outside but you're inside at the same time. I don't know. I've missed it. So I got my little box of sewing goodies, and I'm going to start with these curtains. So, well, I mean, yeah, this gingham fabric is going to be in between the bedroom and the kitchen. So these should be kind of easy to put up because I've just got to sew these little hooks on. And yeah, these hooks literally just go onto the curtain rail that's already hanging up. So this should be kind of easy. I'm going to start with just sewing those on and hoping that it works. Which, it should work. They're pretty light fabric. Where do I begin? So yeah, I don't know, I was saying before, I just think it's really important to make your space feel like your own, because, I don't know, it just makes me feel so much better when I've got things that I like around me, and I feel like that's the same for anyone. Yeah, these curtains aren't bad. They're not, I don't hate them, but they're just not my style or vibe, whatever. But yeah, here's the fabric that I'm happy with. It's very nice, just plain beige woven, looks good, don't have to faff around with that. But yeah, curtains really change the place. This is where it gets a bit confusing. I don't actually know how I'm going to attach plastic bits to it. How am I gonna do this? I'm not great at sewing, I hand sew. I do have a sewing machine somewhere at my mum's house, but I wouldn't even know where to begin with the sewing machine, so I'm just gonna basically hand sew, and then if something goes wrong I can just cut it off and start again. It's just nice doing an activity with your hands and feel a bit like an old maiden, do you know what I mean? Sew a little knot. But yeah, I've got my little speaker, and as I've been moving in I really like listening to Jackmate's Happy Hour. It's so funny. I feel like when you're on your own, I need to listen to something so I just don't go insane. And yeah, that's my go-to podcast, or I just listen to music and I feel less lonely. I do like being on my own. I'm not someone that hates it, and I can very much deal with my own company. Yeah, it's just nice to hear voices. That's like on a podcast, not in my head. I've done the first loop, so basically to make this work I have to sew a loop onto the fabric. Yeah, I have to sew a loop like that so that this plastic thing can hook through like this, and then it just like hooks onto the rail. It's a bit hard to explain, or is it really simple? I don't know. Do you understand that? That just then hooks onto the rail, which I'll show you when it's up. But yeah, I just have to do that a lot of times. That took like 5 minutes, and I've got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more, and probably a few more than that actually. So yeah, I'm gonna crack on with this, and I'll show you when it's done. I'll show you the result. Literally been doing this for an hour and a half, and I've just finished. That was long. Hopefully this works. So I've literally just sewn all these on. Exciting stuff, right? Yeah, very exciting. Okay, I'm gonna go and hang it up and hope that it works. So let's see. Productive day. Productive night, actually, not really day. Oh, I have to do this washing up now though. It's 10 PM and I'm very glad I got the curtains up. It took a very long time. The only thing is, they are too long. I'm gonna have to take some fabric off and shorten it. But I think it goes quite nice with the dark wood. The colours just work, I think. Oh my god, what a mess. This is the old curtains. They're just very worn and a bit meh. This is my first prototype for the curtains. The new ones. And then they got the old ones still over there. But yeah, I'm glad I got the curtains working. They look... I'm happy with them. But yeah, I like the curtains. But it's now 10 PM and I'm starting to get really tired, but I really don't want to get in a bad habit and leave the kitchen all messy, so I'm gonna sort the kitchen out and then go to bed. So literally, you just, underneath here there's just slats that come out. And you just literally pull these slats out, pull the bed down, and then the mattress folds over at the pillow end. Literally, that's a blanket. But yeah, this, oh, Hello Kitty has fallen. This just flips that half of the mattress. Yeah, it flips back. Put the sheet on. Oh, I'll put the sheet back on and then move the pillows. The headboard also has that curtain fabric on, so I'll probably change that too. Yeah, so bed is ready. I've got lots of extra blankets because it is pretty cold. I'm not freezing, but I could put the heating on, but I'm gonna be good, not use as much gas as I need to. Just sleep with lots of blankets on and wrap up in a dressing gown maybe. Yeah, might sleep in my dressing gown. There's one more extra blanket I've got. A quilt that my gran made. It's actually her birthday today. It's the first birthday she's not here, so it's quite sad. But she made me this blanket. This quilt, she sewed it all. So I'm gonna put this on the end of the bed. It's lots of blue and yellow flowers and butterflies and stuff. It's got some ladybugs on it. There we go. I'm ready for bed with Gran's blanket and a lot of other blankets too, and my new curtains, which I think go really nicely actually with the wood. It's funny, in Dunelm, such good deals. These were £70. I'm not being funny, he's got £70 for these are very thin. Like, why are they worth £70? They were reduced to £17 from 70. So good. And because they're really thin, the main reason is to just sort of partition, like when you're in bed, it's your bedroom, so it's like separate. I keep the skylights open out there, so when I wake up and come through there it's nice and light, but in here it's nice and dark. So yeah, it's nice that they're just light. I can tuck them away really easily. I'm gonna get ready for bed now. And I'm in my pyjamas, I'm ready for bed. I'm getting kind of tired now, but at least it's been a productive-ish evening. And I'm ready for bed. I am definitely mentally ready for bed too. I know I haven't done a lot in this video. I'm sorry if it was kind of boring, but I'm glad I got the curtains mostly done. I just got to shorten them, and yeah, I'm really enjoying just being in the van. It's so quiet, even though there's so many vans outside. Super quiet. It's very nice. I don't have to listen to aircon all night. It is a bit chilly, but maybe because I've been running around and stuff, I don't feel cold. I hope this video wasn't too boring. I know I didn't do anything in particular, but just thought it might be nice to share my first night alone in the van and just, I don't know, I just made some pasta and put some curtains up, but hopefully the upcoming videos are going to be a bit more exciting. But hopefully I will be leaving the UK when you next see me. I hope. I'm aiming to get the ferry in a few days, so yeah, I'm just waiting on a parcel, waiting on a charger for my leisure battery, which is really boring. But yeah, until then, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.